Imagine two rooms that sit at the absolute pinnacle of human wealth accumulation, at the precise altitude on the global economic pyramid, where the air is so thin that only a fraction of the world's population will ever breathe it. And yet, within those two rooms, the individuals present would not merely feel uncomfortable in each other's company. They would regard each other with a contempt so historically deep, so culturally encoded, and so structurally reinforced that it functions less like a class difference and more like a different civilization encountering itself across a mirror it does not recognize. In the first room, a 24-year-old in a neon designer tracksuit, draped in 3 kilograms of diamond-encrusted chains, is filming a TikTok inside his newly delivered Gulfstream G700. His sneakers cost $14,000. His watch, a limited edition collaboration piece, retails at $450,000. Every single item he is wearing is logo forward, algorithmically optimized for maximum social media engagement, and engineered to communicate one unmistakable message. To every person who sees it, I have arrived. This is new money. It is loud, it is fast, it moves at the speed of a viral trend cycle, and it is desperately, structurally, existentially hungry for your validation. Now, look into the second room. Here sits a man in a bespoke navy blazer, with no visible logo, no branding, and absolutely no flash. The fabric is vicuña, harvested from animals grazed at altitudes above 4,000 meters in the Andes, producing the rarest commercial natural textile on Earth, identifiable only to those who have been trained from childhood to recognize the specific weight and drape of it in their hands. He is sitting in a private library that has housed his family's curated collection of first editions, commissioned portraits, and dynastic correspondence. For over 2 centuries, the estate surrounding that library sits on 10,000 acres of land his ancestors acquired before the Industrial Revolution permanently reorganized the architecture of Western wealth. This is old money to the outside world, to the news cycle, to the algorithm, to the Forbes wealth tracker. Money is just money. $1 billion is $1 billion. $1 earned yesterday, and $1 compounded across 4 generations, carry the same numerical weight. But within the inner sanctums of the ultra-elite, a silent, structural, and deeply personal class war is currently raging in 2026. A war with no press conferences and no casualties that appear in any public record. A war fought through exclusion, through social architecture, through the meticulous curation of environments that certain people, regardless of the size of their bank account, will simply never be permitted to enter. On one side, the nouveau riche, the disruptors, the crypto whales, the technology founders, and the entertainment moguls, the generation of new money that built its fortunes at algorithmic speed, and now wants the entire civilized world to bear witness to its arrival. On the other side, the dynasties, the ancient families, who have possessed so much structural power for so long, across so many generations, and geopolitical upheavals that they have come to regard the very desire for public recognition as a definitive indicator of insecurity and immaturity. Today, inside the Wealth Vault, we are declassifying the secret codes of the 0.001%. We are pulling back the curtain on why old money almost always wins the long game, and how it maintains an invisible wall that no amount of Silicon Valley cash, no Forbes ranking, and no cultural moment can ever truly dismantle. The vault is open. What actually makes new money new in 2026? And why does when and how wealth was made carry so much social weight at the top of the pyramid? New money is built on 3 pillars: innovation, volatility, and speed. The founders who compressed a wealth-building timeline from generations into months. Dorm room to 10-figure exit in 3 years. The early crypto holders who converted blockchain positioning into 9-figure liquidity before regulation caught up. The creators and hedge fund managers whose wealth is liquid, visible, impressive, and exposed to a single market reversal, a single regulatory shift, a single reputational event. The algorithm can turn career ending within 72 hours. New money moves fast. But it carries a fragility old money has spent centuries learning to exploit. Because old money runs on an entirely different timeline, generational capital. A concept so foreign to modern hustle culture that most self-made billionaires need a genuine financial scare and years of reflection before they understand it at all. Generational capital survived 2 world wars. It treated the Great Depression not as a catastrophe, but as a buying window, acquiring assets from panicked sellers at cents on the dollar. It absorbed the end of the gold standard in 1971, the stagflation of the 70s, the 2008 crisis, and the pandemic-era shocks, and came out of each one stronger, not weaker. The Rothschilds, the DuPonts, the Bettencourt-Meyers family behind L'Oreal, the Agnelli family, and its grip on Italian industry. The Gulf royal houses, the Al Nahyan and Al Maktoum families, whose sovereign wealth strategies are now taught in business schools. For these families, the difference isn't the number of zeros in the account. It's pedigree. And pedigree, by design, cannot be purchased on any timeline. To new money, wealth is identity, the trophy, displayed and broadcast as proof of personal capability. To old money, wealth is a tool. The most effective tool for one purpose, ensuring the family name and its structural position survive intact for the next 500 years. There's an old saying passed through the private banking corridors of Geneva and the drawing rooms of Mayfair. The first generation makes it. The second manages it. The third spends it. Old money has spent centuries building the education, the trusts, the family governance structures designed specifically to break that cycle. They don't raise heirs in the conventional sense. They raise stewards of capital, taught from early childhood that the wealth they'll oversee was never personally theirs. It belongs to the family across time, and their role is custodial. That divide, wealth as personal identity versus wealth as multi-century responsibility, is where the friction actually starts. The dynasties look at the disruptors and see something genuinely destabilizing. A chaotic, historically inexperienced challenge to the social order they've spent generations quietly protecting. It shows up in small, specific ways most outsiders never notice. The way a dynastic family will quietly decline a business partnership with a new money founder. Not because the numbers don't work, but because the founder's public visibility introduces a risk the family isn't willing to absorb. The way an old money heir is taught from adolescence to never discuss the family's net worth in mixed company, while a new money founder is coached by his own PR team on exactly how to leak his valuation to the press at the optimal moment. 2 completely different relationships to the same number. You've likely heard quiet luxury and stealth wealth in fashion media over the past few years. Trend pieces, aesthetic content, a look people are adopting. But inside the world that actually invented this aesthetic, not as a trend, but as a multi-century survival strategy, quiet luxury isn't a style choice. It's old money's most effective defensive tool. New money buys logos. This isn't a generational quirk. It's a documented, repeating pattern of first-generation wealth across cultures and eras. The monogram canvas. The platform sneaker. The car parked at an angle designed to maximize who sees it. New money needs the world to witness the acquisition, because the wealth is recent enough that outside recognition still delivers something psychologically necessary. For old money, a visible logo, any price point, isn't a status signal within their world. It reads as newness, as the kind of need for validation their own children are deliberately raised never to feel. They wear Brunello Cucinelli and Loro Piana, $3,000 to $15,000 apiece, with no external branding at all. The quality lives in the material itself. The weight of hand-spun cashmere, the drape of vicuña, the construction of a bespoke jacket that took 5 fittings across 4 months. Only people raised inside that world can read it. It's a secret handshake, written in fabric instead of words, legible only to those trained inside the system. This discipline extends everywhere. They don't vacation somewhere built for visibility. The private island of Mustique, a 2-square-mile private retreat in the Grenadines, whose guest list has quietly included the British royal family for generations, treats a social media geotag as a genuine social violation. They send children not to the most photographed schools, but to institutions where a large donation alone won't secure a place, if the family doesn't already fit the fabric the school has spent a century weaving. Why the discipline? Partly practical, partly historical. If the public can't identify you, it can't organize resentment against you. If regulators can't clearly map your assets, they can't easily tax or seize them. If media can't build a personality narrative around you, it can't generate the kind of populist momentum that has historically threatened concentrated wealth during moments of instability. Old money doesn't see new money's attention-seeking as a quirky cultural difference. It reads it as a genuine risk to the class stability that multi-century compounding depends on. In their private view, the flashiest new money behavior is a child playing with matches inside a library that took 300 years to build. The deepest layer of this divide isn't aesthetic. Its values, the entire operating system governing how a person relates to wealth, power, time, and legacy. New money runs on hustle culture, extraordinary effort, outsized risk, and the belief that a generational timeline can be compressed into years. 20-hour workdays worn as a badge of honor. Concentrated bets on the pre-seed startup, the early crypto position, the market no institution has mapped yet. Its entire orientation is disruption. They want to change the world because they haven't owned it very long. That hunger is both their greatest strength and their most dangerous vulnerability. Old money runs the opposite philosophy, preservation. The rule isn't aggressive wealth creation, it's never losing what previous generations built. They don't chase the moonshot or the leveraged, headline-generating bet. They invest in permanent assets, farmland, museum-grade art, historic real estate at the cultural core of London, Paris, and New York, value set by physical world scarcity, not quarterly sentiment. New money crashes predictably, a founder's brand too entangled with a public stock, a regulatory investigation, a concentrated crypto bet losing 60% in a week. Old money genuinely gets richer during the downturn because they hold the liquid capital to buy those distressed assets at the bottom of the cycle. The real friction shows up when new money stops accumulating and starts exercising power in domains old money considers its own. Take the well-documented case of Elon Musk acquiring Twitter, rebranding it X, and dismantling the editorial norms institutions had relied on. In old money circles, that's close to the cardinal sin, becoming too loud, too disruptive to be quietly managed. Old money has never wanted disruption. It wants stability, because stability, sustained across generations, is the only condition under which a fortune becomes a dynasty. So, after this investigation, we arrive at the question it was built to ask. Who actually wins? The fast, explosive rise of new money? Or the deep, unshakable permanence of old money? Here's the honest answer. New money is almost always, eventually, trying to become old money. Not right away, not while the private jet and the logos still feel new. But give it time, give it one real financial scare, and something shifts. Every self-made billionaire eventually hits the same moment. The next launch stops feeling exciting. The spotlight starts feeling like a cage. And the question quietly changes. From, how do I build more? To, how do I make this last? That's when the hoodies come off. That's when they buy the quiet estate instead of a loud car. That's when they stop chasing attention and start chasing time itself. Because here's the truth underneath all of it. Making money is a skill. A rare one, but a skill. Building something that outlives you, that's not a skill. That's a legacy. And legacy can't be rushed, bought, or hacked. It has to be built, quietly, on purpose, one generation at a time. So ask yourself the real question tonight. Are you building something that impresses people this year? Or are you building something your family is still proud of 100 years from now? That's the real difference between old money and new money. Not the price tag, the patience. Tell us in the comments, which one are you building? And if this hit different, subscribe to WealthVault. We open a new vault every week. because understanding the game is the first move in actually winning it. The vault is now closed,